Good evening, Morgan. Here is your sewer scope from today's inspection. It's us in that basement. There's the drop into the lateral sewer line. Always interesting. So when you're dropping straight down like that, there's generally not a gradual sweep to the connection. It's usually a T-fitting. So a little difficult to get the camera head going in the right direction. Ultimately, what I have to do is jam my arm down in there and try to kind of gently nudge it and get it to kind of move forward slightly. It's going to take me 60 seconds or so to make that happen. Bear with me here. That's a good look at some cast iron pipe. We don't stay in cast iron for very long. Just another 3 or 4 feet further up the pipe before we switch over to clay. But the cast iron looks actually to be in really, really good condition. A lot of times in older houses, it starts to really get corroded and even start to flake off. Metal chunks will tend to flake off of it. This looks really, really solid. Bear with me here. I'm also turning some water on in the utility sink on that basement laundry. That's going to potentially help me to kind of move the camera through this a little bit. That, and again, sticking my hand down there. There's the water flowing. That's your orientation point on where the bottom of the pipe is, obviously. We're not defying gravity here, and the water is not flowing on the top of the pipe. Hang in there, just about there. There we go. And straight away, this is the connection into clay. I'll pull back here in just a second so you can see that transition point. There it is right there. So like we talked about earlier, clay pipes like this, they are short sections, generally 4 feet, but they can be less than that. Probably jumped up to turn the water off at this point. I like to push out without running water. It gives me a little bit better visibility if I don't need that extra little bit of lubrication going through the pipe. It's always better in my mind to not have the water running. The other thing is, generally, obviously, a sewer pipe is going to be dirty, so if the water is brackish, if it's dirty, it can fog up the camera head. Those are cobwebs. That's a wad of toilet paper. Sorry for that. We'll get past it here in just a second. As clay pipe goes in a tree-lined street like this house is on, it's really shocking to me, surprising, that there's no root growth coming in the pipe. Again, like we talked about earlier, potentially they could have had the pipe cleaned. That's just muck and grossness there, not roots. They could have had the pipe cleaned prior to their decision to sell. You can see the connection points, those shinier parts right there. Sometimes you'll get an offset, a big lip in there, but nothing that's slowing us down at all at this point. Here's actually our final drop into the city. Just a quick run, 83, 84 feet. Nice short run. I actually drop into it. You can see the steam in there. Someone's running some hot water, whether it's a shower, dishwasher, clothes washer, whatever. So backing out, I don't want to get stuck in the city's main line. That would not be fun. But all in all, a good-looking pipe, like we talked also about today. You might come back in another 18 to 24 months. Just get another look at it, see if there are any roots propagating into the pipe. Just for your own little bit of knowledge there. My guess is that you probably would have some, so it's probably not a bad thing to do. Please read through the written reports. Look at my recommendations, descriptions. Again, there'll be a couple of still pictures in there as well. And as always, please don't hesitate to reach out to me with any questions or if I can be of service.